Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. And today, we are going to be discussing what would happen if Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia learned the kiouken. Now, let's get started. First off, how do I feel the kiouken would interact with Full Cow? Well, I believe that it would do remarkably well. I know actually, it's not as clear-cut as I act like, but it is mostly okay. We all know Midoriya's been breaking his bones every day, constantly, all the time, for random reasons, like at the sports festival to save Todoroki, and then for Bakugo, and then for that guy, and that person, and the other person, and did not fail the test, and then, you get what I mean. And what is the kiouken? The kiouken is literally a move where you increase your power, and then it puts strain on your body. So at this point, I think Midoriya would be able to handle some little strain. And it wouldn't necessarily he wouldn't just fall over like a lot of characters would. Now, if he had the ability to learn the kiouken, that's a different story. But under King Kai's tutelage, I don't know how powerful or well-versed it would be, because Goku's like, well, let's just say Akira Toriyama and Horikoshi have very, very different styles of writing. Where Goku gets to the point that, Goku doesn't really lose. Compare this to Midoriya, who, even though he's the main character, he, loses a lot of stuff. He lost the first encounter with Stain, technically. He lost against Todoroki. He actually beat Bakugo in, a weird test, but also lost. And he got his provisional license. He lost the Full Cow debut against Seto. Yeah, that's about it. He doesn't really have any victories or losses. Anyway, though, making this some backup. So, how do I believe the mechanics would work? Well, we all know Midoriya can go into 20% for short bursts, which he normally does, and he's done this against some of his opponents. Now, that is a manga spoiler. I am very sorry, but there are more ahead. So, I believe that if he were able to, I think he would lower his percentage down to maybe 8, and at that point, if he could use the kiouken times 3, or just a standard kiouken, it wouldn't really make much of a difference. Because yes, he does have an extremely, extremely good pain tolerance, but the kiouken is just exponentially almost out of his league. Unless he was able to control the kiouken combined with the 20%, because the 20%, as far as I know, when he was battling, I believe his name was not important. Don't remember, not important. Bad. When he was fighting a super villain, or standard villain, he was using 20%, and he seemed to use it extremely effectively. Like, it was almost to the point where he had mastery over that, like, 28, 20, anywhere from between 10 and 20%. And, yeah, like, if he can do that with the kiouken, there goes 40%. Kiouken times 3, there's 120%. Kiouken times 10, 200%. Kiouken times 20, 400%. Like, if he's able to pull off some of the stuff that Goku can do, then I'm sorry, but there's going to be no other student that can compete. Because remember when he was fighting Muscular? And Muscular forced him to use an adrenaline rush, which pushed him up to the areas of 150 and 200. Imagine if him using the Kaioken, if he could push it up to like 400%. There's no one else who could compete with that whatsoever. What is All For One gonna compete with that? Pfft, no. Is like Bakugo or Todoroki or Ida gonna do anything at that point? He'll have to lower down his percentage just to make sure he doesn't rip them in half. And, like, what else are you supposed to do, right? Now, if he learned the Kaioken, he would most likely have to die. Or he would have to, like, visit Kami, who's like, yeah, I can do that. Or he, like, the way I see it is, I know this is kind of getting into what if-ery, but, so, Deku meets Gohan, if Gohan and Dragon, well, I wouldn't really say that, because I kind of feel like they couldn't really possibly exist together. They could exist in different times, but that's about it. And I'm getting off topic. Alright, so let's do this the old-fashioned way. Just pretend Dragon Ball characters aren't around, but yet Dragon Ball stuff is still in there. Deku. Deku runs into All For One, Stain, Kamagiri, Overhaul, Bakugo, Sasuke, Edgelord 56, that guy, just all of them. Just throw whoever you want into this. He dies. He dies fighting him. He dies, I don't know, saving Bakugo, where Bakugo finally says, "Oh, thanks, man. You've been a great friend. Goodbye, forever. We'll see you in, I don't know, Sunday." And then he goes, "Oh, shoot." King Yama goes, "Hey, I will grant you your body, so you can use your body and physical train up in the afterlife, but you have to go to King Kai." How long would it take, Midoriya? Well, the reason it took Goku so long is because he fell off the cart. But Deku will not fall off the cart, because Deku and Goku are very different people. And then once the cart stops, like, what? It will, like, go almost all the way to the end. Then, Midoriya will use, like, that 20%, jump up to King Kai's planet, get pulled in by the gravity, adjust 10 times gravity, and yeah, that's about it. Now, 5% Deku, or 20% Deku with full cowl, well, the average human power level in Dragon Ball is like 5. So, and I think Deku using 100% when you smash that giant robot, I would say like 180. And thank you for giving us power levels. And so, I would say like 20%, so maybe like, power level of 30, 40, maybe. 10 times gravity. Goku went from like 450 to like 8,000 that day. So, or like after that training, which was like half a year, so Deku would have more time. So I would say maybe by the end of like a year of training on Kinkai's planet, he would boost his power level to like 400, maybe. That seems plausible. Unless we're going by Horikoshi's rules. Because Horikoshi, if he would, he's probably going to introduce a Planet Buster. Maybe, eventually, if he's wanting to take that in like a Naruto or Dragon Ball direction. Because Kaguya is like, I think she's technically universal. So, before I take forever, just hear me out. Izuku Midoriya with Kaioken most likely will get his power level to 403. You can send Seth this, or Chuck this, or Geekdom, or anyone like that, but preferably Seth or Chuck, and have them debunk it if they think the power scaling is off, and then just tell me what you guys would think. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a dislike on someone else's video. Comment if you want to see me do more of this, and I'll see you in the next light. Bye.